Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to forever pay for not having the camera recording when I managed to do my final Curse of Naxxramas goal, taking down Heroic Sapphiron with this deck of common cards only. Oh, that first game made it feel so easy, and then the next couple we've struggled. Last game we did get him to fatigue, but we lost the fatigue race. Yes, okay. Finally we get a Fiery War Axe for the beginning. Fairy Dragon. Fairy Dragon me, damn it, Shade. Can't cleave. We'll be able to clean it up with our weapon at least. What does he play next though? Another Shade would be pretty damaging. I guess we could Wolf Rider. No, we couldn't Wolf Rider it because it's stealthed. Maybe we Wolf Rider though to keep an answer to that. But then again we may want to Death Spite something else. What makes sense here? Oh, we can cleave and something. Whirlwind would have been amazing. Cleave Explosive Sheep? I think cleave is worth just cleaning up a Shade. We'll just kill the 3-1. I think that's fine. We have Death Spite for like Dancing Swords or something. Skeletal Smith's not what we want to use Death Spite on. We're gonna Wolf Rider that shit. Armor up. Start guarding against fatigue, and now Spectral Knight's gonna be tough to deal with. We can Death Spite and Explosive Sheep, but is that premature? Try to get more value out of it. He could play a Necro Knight. I think it's too defensive to already do that.
Join me.
Yeah.
In death.
We want to trigger that. I guess we have to go into it. We can Corkron it. Corkron seems good. We can still get a lot of value out of Death Spite. That's not what I would consider good value. Because the Whirlwind's not happening. Okay, we got 4 cards. We have a good weapon up. We have our heal. How's this gonna go? Come on, put something else we actually want to charge into. I think that's worth Explosive Sheeping. Whirlwinding if we had it. 34 health, wow. Against Sapphiron, that's crazy. He'll get a lot of cards. Get even more cards. This is gonna mean it's gonna be hard for us to deal with all this stuff. Okay, we go into this. Oh no! Oh, that was a big mistake. We didn't get full value out of that heal box. Absolute sacrilege. Oh dear God, what was I thinking?
In death.
Yeah, so he's down to 3 cards.
Join me.
Whoa, he's way further through his deck. That's a pity. We can actually slam at Corkron. I think we want to try, well, we may as well get the extra card now, but
Job's done.
we really want him to play like another Spectral Knight there. That would be gold. Damn it. Do we still kill it or wait? No, it's too many cards to just wait. These are like little things that just are so critical to whether you actually can win the game. Guess we don't tank the damage. It's like one of the bigger things we can hit. I'm gonna have to hit other stuff. Now a Spectral Knight would hurt us a lot. I guess we Heroic Strike, get another card. Or do we Death Spite? This uses our mana better. I think this is actually better. Oh yeah, we have a lot of heal. There was all of this in some of our other games. Okay, so about level on cards. I like how high my health is. It's another Pure Cold, yep. If I lose by 6 health, I'll know it's because I misplayed with that damn anti-heal bot. Still, he's used both, right? I think he's used both, not just one. Okay. Time for all the face damage he has. This is pretty good for us in that it's giving us more chance to draw answers like that for the bigger stuff. I think there's another Necro Knight and another 2 Spectral Knights, maybe? Whoa. Notice a pattern here? I mean, we're gonna have a lot of face damage back at some point. Okay, how do we deal with this now? I think we tank it and go Bluegill. What do you think? Yeah, gotta wipe it off as soon as we can. Still have a Whirlwind we didn't get any value out of. Does he have more Spectral Knights? God damn it. Okay, now what's the most efficient way of dealing with this? I think it's Wolf Rider Heroic Strike, because we don't know whether Fiery War Axe will be the correct weapon to equip next. This is slightly inefficient, but is kind of good in terms of giving us options. I could have Arcanite Reaper Whirlwinded. That probably was the best to get value out of my Whirlwind. We're gonna enter Fatigue before him. We probably never want to play that Slam. Shield block is debatable. I think we'll get to the point where we're taking more than 5 damage per turn, in which case shield block's a mistake in the Fatigue race. 17 versus 45, that doesn't look good. What other minions does he have though? He must have another Whirlwind. We want to cleave, I guess we Bluegill that. We could double Whirlwind it. Yeah. We're not going to get more value than that. I'm pretty damn sure. Alright, the camera is on. I shouldn't jinx it, but I think we're ahead in this one. We haven't used the other Arcanite Reaper, so that's a fair amount of damage we can put together.
I'm almost out of cards.
I know what we do here. We don't want to draw more cards, so we're actually going to cleave first, then slam, so that we don't get the extra card draw. He's down to his last card. 2 of them are Blizzards. What's the other one? Got another minion? I think a Loot Hoarder. We haven't seen that many. Yeah?
I'm out of cards.
Some heal? Nice. So we definitely want him to draw the extra card, while we didn't even use an Execute, and that is some prime frickin' removal. Want to sacrifice the least amount of damage we can. We want to armor every turn, for sure. Now for now let's heal, just in case he somehow is like hiding a minion, but I'm pretty sure he's not. 42 to 26, and we have 20 damage in hand. We've won, the camera's rolling. We do need him we need our internet not to crap out though, which has happened to us before. I like where this is going. Taking its time to go. Can't believe we didn't even use an execute. That's like our best removal. Yeah, so I was right about the shield block, but before the end of the game we're going to be taking 5 damage from fatigue, which means drawing that extra card is doing us more damage than... The heal is a fixed 5, whereas how much it's hurting us is essentially how far into fatigue we get, which is already 5. We need to savor this moment. We'll even take extra fatigue. This is the final completion of our Curse of Naxxramas adventure. Common cards only, camera is rolling, Sapphiron goes down. With some room to spare. Very nice. Let's take a look at the deck. You'd better get comfortable taking a lot of damage to your face, because the main way almost the only way you deal with anything in this deck is hitting it with a weapon. Your goal is just to remove all this stuff without taking too much damage, and I'll get into how to optimize that a bit, and then win the fatigue battle, and have some leftover damage that can go straight to his face, like Arcanite Reapers you often end up not using. It's common cards only. Executes are obviously to finish off big things, you know, can charge a tiny bluegill warrior into a Necro Knight, execute it, and kill 2 Spectral Knights on its side. You basically win instantly if you can pull off a lucky maneuver like that, because you're killing 3 of his biggest threats without taking any damage. Whirlwinds help proc things for execute, kill off loot hoarders, you know, set up things for explosive sheep to finish them off, etc. It's just a little bit of AoE that often proves useful occasionally as a dead card in your hand. Fiery War Axe to clean up Mana Worms and Shades of Naxxramas that have popped, and Fairy Dragons are the big one because you can't target them. Cleave, if you can cleave 2 Shades of Naxxramas, it's also kind of an instant win. But they're useful for cleaning up Fairy Dragons and Shades of Nax, or like proccing something for an execute when there's 2 things on the board. Pretty useful card, but you know, situational. Heroic Strike's mostly in there to take out 4 health things like Dancing Swords and Azure Drakes. Slams are interesting because of the card draw. Like early on you kind of want the card draw to get more answers so that you can line up your answers correctly with his threats, otherwise you fall too far behind in damage. But later on in the game you actually deliberately want to not draw a card, because then you're worried about dying to fatigue. Bluegill Warriors can clean up Fairy Dragons, proc things for execute. Shield Block to gain you life and draw you a card. Again, early on that's good, later on it's actually bad, the drawing a card aspect. Earthen Ring Farseer just for extra heal, because you know you're already basically having all the helpful removal in here. May as well just heal up and have some more ability to outlast the fatigue battle. That's obviously why Antique Healbot is in here too, to undo his pure colds. You want to try armor every single turn when you can fit it in. Like if you can choose between armoring and playing Earthen Ring Farseer, even though the Earthen Ring Farseer is more heal, unless you're worried about dying that turn, you armor. Because at some point you'll play the Earthen Ring Farseer and get its 3 health. Like that 3 health is a fixed thing you can't get more of. Whereas the number of times you armor in the game is something that can vary, and you want to maximize that. Obviously you don't armor up instead of killing like a Spectral Knight or something if you can, but basically whenever you have extra mana and optional plays, make sure you armor up. Wolf Rider is spot removal for Skeletal Smiths, also in a pinch can help proc things for execute, help finish off Spectral Knights, etc. Death Spite is kind of a 2-for-1. Well, firstly you kill 2 things with it, which is helpful, and the Death Rattle at the end of dealing 1 damage to all minions can help finish off loot hoarders and proc other things for execute, and really good common weapon. Korkron Elite, charge straight into Azure Drakes, Spectral Knights if you're then going to plop down an Explosive Sheep that also finishes off some other 2 health things, etc. Very good utility charge minion. Arcanite Reaper, you often end up being, or in the games I've managed to win with this deck, I had both of them left over at the end to go face. And then it's 20 direct damage, which means even if you're behind a lot in the fatigue race, you have a chance of, if he's at 45 and you're at 20, you've actually won. Antique heal bots to heal up. But you know, the Arcanite Reaper, sometimes you do need to attack minions with it, because it depends what order you draw things in. You might not draw your more ideal answers that you wanted earlier in the game. Just quickly looking at the cards, you see they're all common cards. Either basic or expert, but common rarity. And common cards only have now defeated every heroic boss in Naxxramas. It most certainly can be done. It can be done with common cards only. It can be done with every single one of the 9 hero classes. All 10 times 15 combinations, 150 heroic battles recorded and proved that Curse of Naxxramas has been thoroughly thrashed in every possible combination. And we are finally completely done with it. Great accomplishment. And onto Blackrock Mountain and facing some new challenges in there. And already it seems potentially tricky. Some of the things like Grim Guzzler and Dark Eye and Arena, while pretty doable with any, with every class, might be really hard to find common card only decks that can take down that kind of mana advantage, but we'll see what we can come up with. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed some of this journey as much as I had. Lots of memories, and we're finally done with Curse of Naxxramas. On to bigger and brighter things with Blackrock Mountain. Thanks for watching. See you next time.